On July 28, 2026, at 4:27 in the afternoon, the ground shook beneath Kumamoto Prefecture in southern Japan. Inside one of the region's largest shopping centers, roughly 3,000 people were going about a normal summer afternoon. 50 minutes later, part of that building was gone. This isn't a mystery story. It's a timeline of what the earthquake did, what happened inside that mall, and what's come out in the days since about decisions that turned a natural disaster into something else entirely. Let's start with the quake itself.
A magnitude 6.8 to 7.1 earthquake, reports vary slightly depending on the source and measurement method, struck Kumamoto Prefecture on Kyushu, Japan's southwestern island. It hit during the region's summer vacation peak when malls, shops, and tourist sites were at their fullest. The damage spread fast.
In Saga Prefecture, walls came down. In Yame City, Fukuoka, a high school student was hurt by falling debris. A tsunami advisory went out for the Ariake and Yatsushiro seas, warning of waves up to a meter high. Though, in the end, no tsunami waves were recorded, and the advisory was lifted.
The human toll built over the following days. Nearly 34,900 homes lost electricity. Around 70,000 homes lost running water. More than 9,000 people were living in shelters, school gyms, community centers, converted classrooms, while temperatures in Kumamoto City climbed past 36 degrees Celsius, close to 98 Fahrenheit. Japan's government confirmed 38 deaths in the prefecture, with thousands of buildings damaged and roughly 180 homes destroyed outright. At a paper factory in Yatsushiro City, a chimney collapsed during the quake, trapping 11 workers. 9 of them died. 2 were rescued. But the incident that drew the most attention and the most scrutiny happened at the Aeon Mall in Kashima. Aeon Mall Kumamoto had reopened only a month earlier, rebuilt and reinforced after being badly damaged in the 2016 Kumamoto earthquake a decade before. The company had specifically highlighted its improved seismic safety. When the quake hit on July 28th, mall staff moved fast. According to Aeon president Akio Yoshida, all roughly 3,000 customers were evacuated to the parking lot within about 30 minutes by 5 p.m. local time. Then, around 5:50 p.m., roughly 50 minutes after the earthquake, an explosion tore through part of the building. Witnesses described the ceiling caving in, storefronts blown open, debris thrown across the parking lot. A hair salon owner working nearby told GG Press he thought a bomb had gone off. A teacher tutoring young children about 300 meters from the mall said his students heard the blast and, not understanding what it was, reacted with nervous excitement rather than fear, a detail he later called chilling once he realized how close they'd actually been. Investigators pointed to a gas leak as the likely cause, though authorities said a full investigation was still needed to confirm it. Yoshida explained that all customers had gotten out safely, but some employees, it later emerged, either hadn't evacuated or had gone back inside. That detail is where the story shifts from natural disaster to something people are still asking hard questions about. In the days after the explosion, attention turned to Habita, a cosmetics retailer operating a store inside the mall. 2 of its female employees had evacuated safely after the earthquake, then returned to the damaged building to move the day's cash sales into a safe. One of them, 22-year-old Kurumi Otake, was killed in the explosion that followed. Habita's sales director, Goji Yusei, later acknowledged that staff had been instructed to go back in, calling the decision inappropriate and saying he deeply regretted it. The company initially described the instruction as a request rather than a direct order, a distinction that drew significant criticism online, with many pointing out that requests from an employer during a crisis don't always feel optional to the person receiving them. At Otake's wake in Kumamoto City, Habita's president attended in person to formally apologize to her family and explain the circumstances that led to her death. The company has said it will investigate internally how that instruction was given in the first place. It's a detail that resonates beyond this one mall. In a country where questions about workplace pressure, obligation, and the limits of what an employee feels able to refuse come up again and again, long after headlines about earthquakes fade.
Japan didn't wait to act. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi confirmed the deployment of more than 4,600 self-defense force personnel and 480 police officers from 11 prefectures to help with rescue and recovery, including around 170 soldiers assigned specifically to the collapsed section of the Aeon Mall.
Takaichi visited Kumamoto directly on August 3rd, touring the damage by air and meeting with evacuees in Hikawa. Rescue crews worked through the wreckage for days. 7 bodies and 5 survivors were eventually recovered from the mall site itself. One survivor was found alive inside a restroom. In an unexpectedly touching footnote, all 25 cats left behind during the chaotic evacuation of a cat cafe inside the mall were later found and rescued. A small piece of relief the cafe's owner publicly thanked rescue workers for.
As of early August, the investigation into the exact cause of the explosion is ongoing. Kumamoto Prefecture is still working through water shortages, power outages, and crowded shelters, all while dealing with extreme summer heat. Habitat has said it will conduct a full internal review of the decision that sent 2 employees back into a damaged building. This is still an unfolding story. The final death toll, the formal cause of the blast, and any consequences for how that instruction was given are all still being determined.
What's already clear is that an earthquake this destructive rarely stays a single event.
It tends to expose the smaller decisions made in the chaos of the moment that end up mattering just as much as the disaster itself.